We wait for the sweet sound. True greatness lasts. From a club and a captain, the Cats are into another grand final on the back and the shoulders of a truly remarkable man, Patrick Dangerfield. It's a win for the ageless.
Oh, super impressive performance from the Cats. Led by their skipper, Paddy Dangerfield, an incredibly high-ranking game. In fact, they had all of the top-ranked players on the ground. Dangerfield #1 with his 32 possessions and 3 goals, and maybe Cameron Mooney has tracked him down.
Well, no, the Hawks couldn't stop him. You have, Moons.
Thank you very much, guys. Well, Paddy, just tell me how you're feeling right now, mate. Nearly 100,000 people here. You're into another grand final.
Enormously proud of the guys, Moons. It was a hell of a battle that had its ebbs and flows. It was finals footy, wasn't it? And there's something special about it, Pax MCG.
They blew you out of the blocks early. What was the change in that second quarter?
Well, I think a bit of it was self-inflicted with how we sort of turned the ball over across half forward. So a bit of that is a bit of perceived pressure. Their pressure was good, but we weren't as composed in aim mid as we'd like. So that was an area that we felt wasn't going to be super hard to rectify. Adjust to the contest and what it is, and felt we did that well.
I know you won't want to talk about it too much, but your own game, you put your imprint on that game in that second quarter in particular, and from then on in, I mean, you must be sitting back going, you know, I'm proud of the way that you played.
Yeah, I think, you know, all our leaders, there's parts that's the talk part, and then the most important bit is the performance aspect of it, and that starts with you, and that's different for all of us. You know, each, you know, respectful lines, and it's good to play well in the big games, mate.
Bailey Smith, first year here, first prelim final. He has an outstanding game. He's had a hard week. For him to come out tonight's pretty special.
Proud of the big fella. He was as calm pre-game, like ready, menacing as he sort of always is, but more focused than I've seen him. And that shouldn't surprise, because if you look at, you know, the history of big finals and how he's played, he's always stepped up, but, you know, tonight was extra special from him.
What about the way that you've managed yourself this year, playing a lot of forward, particularly early in the season? Come the big nights, the big moments, so back into the middle. Has that always been the plan?
Well, I'm lucky with the role I get to play. The guys that are in there, they're selfless. Like, they've spent a lot of the time in there, and, you know, they're the first ones to step out with whatever is the best mix for us, and, you know, it worked tonight.
What about the coach this week? How calm and collected was he?
Yeah, he was super focused. I mean, all our coaches were. We've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. Hawks were super impressive last week, so we knew it was going to be a hell of a battle, and we set ourselves for it and executed.
We talk about this rivalry all week. I'm not sure how much he's talked about it inside your 4 walls, but to come up against the big rival in a prelim final night, you must have been thinking to yourself, this is going to be one hell of a night.
Well, we're just so fortunate we get to play in games like this, and Hawthorn are the same. You know, we just have tremendous respect for Sam and James and how they're setting the team up, and it was another great battle.
What do you do tomorrow, and who do you think is going to win?
Feed her up, sauna at home, Moons. Don't know, but we're ready.
Go and enjoy it, brother.
Thanks, mate.
It's pretty succinct, wasn't it? We're ready, yeah, and they are ready. This is a powerful unit, and they're going to have to cover the loss of Tom Stewart. But, look, they lost him early in the game tonight.
We should just recognise Hawthorn. What a year it's been for them. Finished 8th, as we know. There was such a fine line between 8th and top 4, so they did it the hard way to get to a preliminary final. They kicked the first 3 goals, so they made the start thereafter, but in the end, the Cats just got on top.
Yeah, a couple of really big weeks to start the finals, a couple of away wins interstate. I thought they fired every shot they had early on, but this is the beauty of the Geelong Football Club. They take your best shots and then they resettle, they reconfigure what they're doing. They have to think about it a quarter time, and then they take control of the game. And their ability to surge. I mean, this is a Hawthorn defence that hasn't conceded 115 points they've managed to put past them after giving a start away. So this has been super impressive.
So the Cats through to yet another grand final. Their eyes firmly on the cup. They've been one of the dominant teams and clubs this century. And we know they are there. What we don't know is who Chris Scott and the Cats will play. Chris Fagan, Craig McRae, they know what it's like. They played in a grand final, of course, back in 2023, and if it's anything like that, Jason, it will be epic.
It will be. It will be. Look, regardless of who they play, I think we're going to get a great grand final. This
it could be a repeat of the 2011 grand final where the Cats beat the Pies, or Geelong could play Brisbane, the Lions, for the first time. And there's no one's got a bigger, cheesier grin than Max Holmes. What a relief it must be for him.
Oh, brilliant. He'll have a quiet week on the training track. Just make sure he's true ripe to go next week. There are interesting side stories all the way through these long football seasons. Redemption and validation and heartache and success, all sorts of things going on. But the Cats have earned that right to enjoy this, to sit back, watch what happens tomorrow night, and then prepare for a massive grand final next Saturday.
So Geelong by 30 points in the prelim to book a place in the grand final. Tom Hawkins, you should have right of way here. You've watched your old club do it again.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing just to see them perform again on the big stage and challenge too, which is, I think, the most pleasing part for the Cats and Chris Scott. But I just love the performance of the leaders. Cam touched on beautifully Danger's impact, but I love Blitzarves, I love Myers, I love Cameron. The list could keep going, but I thought when the whips were cracking, when they needed their leaders, they stood up and they'd be very happy. I think there'll be a few sore bodies, but they'll rest and recoup and look forward to next week.
He's just happy he gets more access to grand final tickets
He needs
and a lot
an
more
EA.
functions around town. He's on demand.
He will be. What did you think, Jonathan Brown?
I know, it was very impressive. Yeah, early on, Hawthorn were very good in that first quarter, weren't they? And Geelong were a bit off their tucker, They felt the pressure of Hawthorn. They were making skill errors. But, geez, they were fearsome when they got going again. Cameron was really quite early. Holmes was really quite early, and so was Dangerfield. And they all flexed, didn't they? And Danger, that's one of the great finals performances I've ever seen. Now, we've seen a lot of them from Danger, but it's starting to look a little bit like 2022 when he's just timed his run beautifully and he's just hit peak time of the season at the right time of the season.
So he was the best player in the preliminary final of 22, and then he and Isaac Smith, it was sort of choose your own in the grand final. He won the Gary Ayres medal that year for his finals performances, and here he's done this tonight.
Yeah, the grand final performance of 22 is very much underrated. I think he was our most important player that day, so he was outstanding.
I caught flack for giving him votes in the Norm Smith medal.
He was unbelievable. The way he impacted the scoreboard, his goal assist. I think he had the record number 5 or 6.
Score involvements
Direct score assist. So goal assist, I should say. So amazing, and he just manages himself so well now. He understands his body and paid off.